Today we are going to be sharing our van life story, how van life made us rich, and share a pretty big secret story that only our close friends and family know.
Very closest friends.
Pretty embarrassing. So we're going to reveal that today. And today's video is sponsored by Squarespace. Thanks, Squarespace. Now, a little disclaimer before we jump into all of this. Van life made us rich in many ways, more than just financial. It made us rich in experiences and traveling together and being able to spend every single day together, checking off places on our bucket list. So by no means are we just talking about money, but we will talk a little bit about money because that's why you clicked on this video, let's be real.
So if you have been following us for a while, you are well aware that we have now built 2 camper vans for ourselves that we have sold. We now have a shop here in Boise, Idaho, and we build custom camper vans for our clients. But before all of that, when we were building...
Hold on, we're on our 8th van build. I feel like that's important to throw in there. Client van build, right?
Yeah.
Something like that, I don't even know.
It's a few, they just fly right by. So before all of that, when we were building our very first van, we took a really big chance. And this was pre all of the big van life accounts and van life channels. Van life was not as trendy as it is right now.
There were no, I don't even think, very many van life channels.
Yeah.
Like Eamon and Beck weren't out there, Trent and Allie weren't doing their thing yet. This was in 2016, so not much van life content out there.
There wasn't a whole lot, and Sarah stumbled across a photo that was actually one of our friends now, Scott, who his Instagram handle is Comes With A View, who I think is about to finally launch his YouTube channel. It's only taken him 3 years. Good job, Scott. But she found a photo that Scott had posted about his van on Instagram, and he'd done such a great job building this tiny home on wheels. I had always been into camper vans, but that was really what convinced Sarah that this was something we could do.
Yeah, and we were kind of miserable at that time. We were living in Coeur d'Alene.
Well, we weren't miserable.
I was pretty miserable.
She was kind of miserable.
We were living in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. We were renting a house, and it just felt like we were working just to afford our bills and our rent. And all I wanted to do was spend every day with you and travel. And we thought we were at the time going to go travel in our Ford Escape, which was just a terrible
That was too small.
But then we came across van life, and I was like, okay, this is even better. Like, we could just sell everything and build out a van and go hit the road.
So during this time, we broke the lease on our place in Coeur d'Alene. We found a van in Coeur d'Alene, and we took it to San Diego, and we were going to have Sarah's dad, who was a custom home builder for 40 years, help us convert this van. But there was not an open bedroom at their house. Her sister was also kind of in a transition period, so she was staying there. So instead, we lived in Gypsy Camp.
Yeah, so Gypsy Camp, this is a story we've never told anybody. And I'm glad that we can laugh about it now, but in the moment, it was not funny at all. It was miserable. Wow, I really like miserable today, apparently. Yeah. It was pretty miserable. I think we both can agree on that. It was my parents' dining room. Gypsy Camp was the dining room. We put up curtains across the doorway of the dining room, and there was a mattress on the floor, and then just all of our van build materials on the other half of the dining room. We pushed the dining room table to one side of the room. It was Gypsy Camp.
It was Gypsy Camp. That's exactly what it was. And we were there for 3 months. And I felt like a complete failure because I was like just turned 30 and I'm living on my in-laws' floor in their dining room on a queen-size mattress.
I can't believe we're telling this story on the internet, but here's to having thousands of people know our ultimate low in life.
Yeah, but we knew we had goals, we had a plan, and we knew that it was just a phase. We've always tried to keep that perspective of different phases of life. And so it was challenging and stressful.
It was the toughest time,
and sad and depressing.
But it made
miserable.
Us very motivated to make it happen. Because the reason why we did that, my parents live in San Diego, and to rent a spot in San Diego, you're looking at like $2,000 a month for a 1-bedroom apartment. And we just knew that we didn't want to be spending that money monthly. We'd rather reallocate that money towards our van build since we were taking on a big financial commitment building out our own van. We originally thought we could do it for $7,000, which is laughable. You can do van builds for $7,000.
Not with the shower and hot water and all the things you wanted.
The vans that we built.
Yeah.
I think we ended up building it for like between 15 and 20,000 materials, not the van itself.
Here you see Sarah in her natural environment. Working hard, babe?
Yeah.
Yeah? Get it.
And so we wanted to save money. So that's why we had Gypsy Camp. We lived on the floor in my parents' dining room for 3 months. And actually we started sleeping in our van as soon as we could.
Yeah.
Once we got it to the point where it was like semi-livable, we started sleeping in the van.
Yep. And we were developing a brand that we knew was going to align with this new vehicle that we had and this new lifestyle that we were going to be living. We had a skill set already when it came to brand development, online marketing, content creation, video creation. Sarah had built up an online business with her sister before in the fitness space. I had done business coaching. Before we moved up to Idaho, I was running an $8 million a year protein bar company. So we had a message that we wanted to share, and that was the biggest reason and draw for us to embark on this journey, to downsize, to sell everything that we owned really and put into this van, is that we wanted to get out there, create content, and share a message that we were passionate about, and that was 40 Hours of Freedom.
And it's all about creating more and consuming less. We are bombarded with information all over the internet and social media nowadays, and I think so many people can get just sucked into just consuming. And then that kind of sucks up all their free time, and then they're not creating what it is that they want in their life. So that's our big mission. And we don't share it as much anymore because honestly, we're just really busy creating our own reality and creating our own goals and financial freedom and all that stuff for ourselves. And so we don't share it as much as we would really like to. But it really is truly like, how can you create more in your life? And that doesn't necessarily mean content online, right? But what is it that you're creating in your own life to move yourself forward instead of just spending time scrolling on the internet all day long?
Yeah, definitely. And so with that, we hit the road after we built our first van. We started traveling across the US. We still had money coming in through different revenue streams. We still had a few website clients at the time, which the majority of the clients we were working with, we were actually building their websites on Squarespace. Squarespace has been a part of our business model for a long time. So now let's do the plug for Squarespace. If you are looking at building a business or creating content online to share your message, Squarespace really is a great platform because it's so intuitive on the back end. There's a lot of different sites or platforms that you can use to build a website, and you get in on the back end and you're like, this is super confusing. I need plugins for everything that I want to do. Squarespace has no plugins. They have tons of tutorials. So if you are a figure it out on your own and do it yourself sort of a person, you can just type in their help box, hey, I'm looking for how to create a blog post, how to add images, how to embed a video file from YouTube onto a blog post. And it has all of these amazing tutorials that will walk you through all of that. And that was the reason that we love to build websites for all of our clients on Squarespace, because then they didn't have to rely on us to always do updates on their website. If it was a store and their hours changed, they could easily go to the homepage, change the hours for the store, and then update, and it was there for all of their clients and all of their customers.
To get a 2-week free trial, head to squarespace.com. And when you're ready to launch, head to squarespace.com/40 hours to get 10% off a purchase of a website or domain.
That's 40 hours.
We know. So thanks to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. It is a way that we now make money. We take on strategic sponsorships, which it has taken a long time to build up to these partnerships that we now have, but it is a great revenue stream for us that helps us create videos like this for you guys.
So we were on the road, flashback to 2017. We're on the road in our first van, and we still had some money coming in from clients.
Not much. We were still
not a
like
whole lot.
just getting by, you know?
We were leveraging the skills that we had. Sarah had actually started a wedding video business, so we had clients scheduled. We were going to be filming wedding, marriage. We were going to be filming wedding videos.
Which was perfect because we could travel still in between the wedding videos.
It was very perfect. And so we had that revenue stream coming in, and we launched some online products our own. So we knew that what we were doing was working because we were gaining followers on Instagram, we were gaining subscribers on YouTube, and we had a lot of people reaching out, asking us questions about our van, asking us questions about how we make money. And so we launched a program called Creator Club, which is how we teach people our process for developing, building a brand, identifying what your pillars of your brand are, your messaging, and then taking that online to attract your core followers, your core audience.
So we were developing these programs online, we kept traveling, and then we decided we wanted to make some upgrades to our van, but we didn't really want to keep putting money into the same van that we had, so we decided to sell it. We just sold the van! I can't believe it. I'm so sad. I'm gonna cry.
We're literally homeless right now. That's what when you're a van lifer and you sell your van, you're homeless.
Oh, I'm so excited for them though.
Say goodbye, Sarah. You guys are gonna have so much fun.
Just up the road, right?
Yep.
And start all over and build out a second van.
One of the best things about car shopping is the free coffee.
Yeah, what are we doing?
I think we're buying a car.
You mean a van?
It's a van. It's perfect. Here she is.
Yeah!
Our new baby. 170. 2014 Mercedes Sprinter.
Which you've probably seen if you've been around our build series on that van, which we're going to update because there's a lot of things that we do differently now when we're building vans. We're going to do a build series for our van, but we decided to sell our first van, build out our second van. I don't think your countertops are going to be that high, are they? What do you do?
Wash the hands before you meal prep.
So you're cooking and washing your hands.
Oh, paper towel holder. We forgot about that over there.
So that whole plan, we just...
Yeah, so you gotta like situational living. That's what I'm going through right now. If I needed underwear, be right there. If I want a snack, be right there.
And hit the road again, kind of do it all over again. And then from there, we decided, you know what? People keep asking us how tall are our cabinets, how big are our countertops, how big's the bathroom, how did you do this and that? And all these questions, and we decided, okay, obviously people want like a van layout guide. Like they want to know what the dimensions are of all this stuff. And so we launched that program, which is still out there, that we will link down below, that now has all of the van conversions that we've done, so like 8 of them or whatever it is. All of the layouts are in there.
Yeah, and there are over 800 people.
No, there's like 1,000.
1,000 people that have
wild.
bought the van layout guide, and we
In
even
like a year
have
and a half.
we even have a Facebook group for it now, which is really cool to see people engaging there and asking questions. It's pretty crazy because we put a lot of effort into that layout of our first and our second van, and so to see now the number of vans, when you scroll through Instagram, it's like, that bathroom looks familiar.
Yeah.
Wonder where they got that idea.
And then the other question that we kept getting is, will you build my van? And so we kept kind of toying around with the idea, and it kind of just aligned with our, next steps and our goals that we had for ourselves, which were having baby Vance and starting our family and buying a property. And so we thought, you know what, this just aligns with the next step. We knew we weren't going to live in a van forever, and we knew that we were slowly building towards that. And we didn't really start building vans because we needed more money. We were actually doing very well at that point just with our online business and brand, making 6 figures already. So it wasn't about the money, it was fun for us, and we knew that it was something that we could enjoy doing together and having a longer term career that still involves van life, because we love van life and we love providing value about van life and content and all that stuff. So it just felt right because it was like we could continue our love for van life.
And continue to develop a skill set that we'd spent a lot of time in already as far as building those first 2 vans. And just like anything, whether it's photography or whether it's videography or whether it's graphic design, once you really start to put time in and develop a skill set, you want to continue to dive in there, because that becomes one of those areas that you can charge the most money and make the most money in your life from, because that's really what life is. Life is an exchange of, services or products for a value. And so in our lives as content creators, creating more, consuming less, we create so much. Every week we're making blog posts, filming a YouTube video, working and building these vans, updating the van layout guide program. What else do we do?
It's endless.
It's a lot of stuff. And that's really fun. And doing all of that has allowed us to create multiple revenue streams, which if you are trying to find a way that you can break free, whether it's to live van life or move to Barbados or whatever it is, building as many multiple streams into your personal business plan as possible is by far the greatest thing you can do to give yourself that financial freedom.
Not only that, but if you are thinking about doing van life, think about what are the skills that you have that you can monetize. Maybe we gave you some ideas of building websites or doing marketing work or video work or whatever it is that you feel passionate about that you can pursue and actually make money with. and work remotely. We all have access to the internet, which is pretty cool and crazy, and there's a lot of ways to make money online. Maybe just becoming an affiliate for somebody else's program, not necessarily even building your own. So we hope that this video inspires you to take some action, figure out what it is that you want to do, whether that's van life or not, and go after it. Because the bottom line is van life didn't make us rich. It was actually our hard work. We work our butts off day in, day out, and we have for over 3 years now, ever since we started van life, because we knew that this was what we wanted to do and we were gonna make it work no matter what.
Yeah, and finally, I wanna say the last way that this van life experience has helped enrich our lives is it has nothing to do with the money. It has to do with the relationships. It has to do with the people that we've been able to meet. Some of our very best friends in the entire world are people that we have met through social media that are either in the van life space or not in the van life space, but have found us because of our online presence and the message that we've been putting out there. Not only that, but just the time that Sarah and I have been able to spend together, the places, the backcountry roads that we've been able to drive together, and just, I mean, honestly, the different breweries we've been able to go to, so awesome. The wineries, the restaurants. I've eaten my way across half this country already in Canada, and I can't wait to keep eating my way across it. Those are some of the most enriching experiences that we have had in our lives, and that is thanks to van life. So again, like Sarah said, we hope that this video can inspire you to make a change, be a call to action, find out how you can get to where you want to be in 2020 to start to make those, small steps to really living your best life.
So we want to know, leave a comment down below. What goals are you working towards this year, and does it involve van life or not? We're curious.
Yep.
So thank you guys for watching this week's video. We'll be back in a little bit with another video on who knows what, but something van life related. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.